Today has been a crazy day. There's been a lot of fucking synchronicities. There's been a lot of little weird things. And I don't know, I wish I could make it easier to tell people about it. Leviathan is one of them. He's been popping up a lot. And it ties all the way back to the last eclipses. It ties all the way back to Auntie Coolette in those eclipses. It all connects. Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. My dogs are like, so yeah, today's been a weird day. So many weird things. Okay, so the other day we were talking about different things and it's crazy, all right? Leviathan's popping up right now. And if you don't know what Leviathan is like a serpent in the water that eats people, or it's like a demon thing, but is it a demon? Because it eats people that are full of like demons or bad spirits. Like if you're envious, it eats you. And it's supposed, sometimes people say it has like 7 heads, which you think of the 7 deadly sins. So I'm like, is it really that evil? I don't think so. I think it's doing good, but it's in the water. Okay. And I remember like this is why it's so weird. And this is why it's so difficult to like, I was trying to explain to my dad earlier and I think I just made him go crazy, but back with Auntie Coolette, we were talking about Auntie Coolette back around the last eclipse time when I was talking about like, oh, black hole sun, won't you come? And the artificial sun.
Stuck in the eclipse. Y'all, we are in the 3 days of darkness. We just don't know it because, well, we have been NASA'd by man, deceived. That artificial sun that is giving off, well, what we all just assume was sunlight is hiding the truth of 3 days of darkness that we are now and currently in.
And things like that, okay? Again, I wasn't even really like putting any of that together recently. When I did a video, I was live with you guys and I was chatting about like the agendas that are going on right now and how I feel like it's really like kind of weird the way that they're really pushing a lot of different sexual stuff onto children. I don't care what you do as an adult with your body, that's fine, but like, why are the kids on Blue's Clues showing me all of the different pride flags and having gay parades and things like that? That just seems odd. Those kids aren't even 4 years old. It's a target market for like toddlers. There was nothing on Blue's Clues when my kids, when my little sisters were watching it, it had no flags, no gay, no nothing, no boy, girl, nothing. It was just, here's the mail, it never fails, here's the mail, and that was it, okay? Like, we learned that the mail fucking comes. That's it. Not that there's 70, and I looked at the flags, guys. What? It's so confusing. Why are you telling that to children? It blew my mind.
We just got
of the LGBTQ plus community. This rainbow flag is called the Gay Pride Flag.
wow.
This flag is called the Non-Binary Pride Flag. This flag is called the Lesbian Flag. And this flag is called the Transgender Pride Flag. There's so many more flags. Lots of different communities celebrate Pride Month.
I was like, what is going on here? Like, this get a little carried away, guys. Like, they have a flag that's comparable to all the flags of all the nations because, and they don't even, like, they, like, contradict each other, too. There's, like, these people are attracted to people that are beyond, but, like, the 2 options of man and woman, like, they can be attracted. I'm like, who are they attracted to then? Because there's only men and women. And, yeah, like, sometimes there's people who are a mixture, but, like, that's it. Like, they're trying to say, like, what are you attracted to, man? I don't get it. That's fine if you want to be, but why are you telling little kids that?
Some people choose their families. They love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah. Ace, Bi, and Pan, grown-ups, you see, can love each other so proudly. And the families marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. All families marching differently, they love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. This house is a family of kings and queens, they love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Let's celebrate. Families marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. Families of community can love their difference so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah.
Setting them up for some weirdness. Like, that's how I feel anyways, and I do feel like there's reasons. So, Leviathan pops up. Right? Leviathan. I don't know if you remember, not everybody saw it, but I put a video out when we had this thing come up from Antarctica that was like this big glob thing, and then they took it down and they disappeared it. They deleted it from the servers, and they're like, that didn't happen, but it did happen. Like, it totally happened, because it didn't just pick it up on that server. It was like a thing that measures waves.
It's no longer available for you to see. This is another app that like does the air, and it also picked up on something at the same time. And if you look at like the originating point of it, this would be the originating point. There's like a little island there. I guess this has happened more than once in our, experience. A few years ago, something else originated from this spot, and like it popped into my head. I'm like, where the hell is CERN in, comparative location to that? So I just went over to.
And it was like so big that it was like the darkest color it could possibly be, and it had a flat bottom, but then it got big, right? Somebody commented on that, and the only reason I found out about the comment on that video from 5 months ago is because last night someone commented, I think it was on one of the more recent videos, and they're like, hey, can you send me like the videos that you do about conspiracies? And I was like, sure. So I went back to get some of the conspiracy ones and made a playlist with them, and that one popped up in there along with the Auntie Coolette one, with the eclipse ones, the demon face ones, and all of that stuff. And I found a comment, and they were like, Leviathan. And I was telling my dad today about when Auntie Coolette got pulled over by the FBI guy, ba-ba-ba-da-boop. So I went onto TikTok to find Auntie Coolette to like show him something with her, and I ended up just like I had skipped forward in a video of hers, and she's like Leviathan, and she was talking about why the waters are getting so warm and all the stuff that's going on down there, and she literally said Leviathan, and last night somebody said Leviathan, and I was like, okay, Leviathan then. So I watched a little video, and I was like, okay, that's what he is, that's what he does. But it's just weird. It just seems weird. And like the sun simulator, as I'm speaking about the sun simulator, I'm looking at this thing, which is like my fucking half-assed. Look at this. This is what it looks like.
Backyard, here's the sun, and here, imagine my shock and surprise when I zoomed in on it and I found this. Yeah, those are some the eclipse to open the eyes. That's what they're trying to make us believe is our sun. Oh, look, just like the solar simulator patented in the 1960s, artificial sun first used in 2017.
Those are the lights on it, and that's what's out there. When we were kids, we used to draw the sun being gold. Now it's white, and it has dots. It has dots. I made a video before, and I showed you it, and I just think it's weird that those things are coming back up as we're doing more eclipses. I feel like there's reasons, and I do feel like, I was correct about a lot of things. Auntie Coolette was correct about a lot of things, but I also am kind of scared because why are we both getting pulled over? Why are we getting in trouble for doing nothing? My dad's like, I wish I was with you that day, because that's just so like, you can't, what are you pulling me over for? I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't swerving. I was just too close to the line. Is that a hidden little message? Is that like you're too close to saying the wrong things? Because if you listen back to the video the other night when I was talking about that stuff, about like, I feel like there's just some weirdness, all of that stuff where I'm talking is like, you can't hear it. You can't hear it. Anybody who would listen back to it would probably click off of it because it's annoying. So it's like, yeah, we'll just that thing so that nobody hears that. I also forgot earlier today, someone tagged me in a post, and what reminded me of it was when I was like putting this one together, I saw that ring thing. There's apparently these like portal things going up all over the world. I scanned through the comments of the one that was out there, of the thing that and like this person doesn't usually tag me and stuff, but they tagged me in this, and it's a round thing, and there's like 12 of them supposedly. I saw quite a few of them throughout the world. So with the portal things, when I looked at them, this is something else that's been coming up a lot for me, and I feel like people might need to know. First thing that binged for me was the Project Bluebeam. And I was like, maybe they're going to use those for the Project Bluebeam. So if you start seeing some stuff out there in the sky that's like scary or whatever, it looks like the end times, it's probably like, it's just Project Bluebeam. And Project Bluebeam is literally just some like high class, they can literally project people across the world now. Like some dude can be on a stage in another country, but they project him onto the screen in this country, and it looks very real, and people even interact with them Like, and it looks very real. People do it at concerts. Like, there's been concerts out there. I can't remember if it was like Pink or somebody had one with like a waterfall. And it's not real, but it looks very real. And yeah, if they do some of these things out there, people might be thinking like, oh my god, it's the end times, it's the rapture. But it's literally just fucking projections. But, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot going on. And that Leviathan may be released. And if Leviathan is released, he's going to eat all the bad people. But I do feel like we're getting closer to the end times. There's other things that are going on today too that are weird, like little weird synchronicities. Tons of people that like I don't normally talk to are sending me things, you know what I mean? Like videos. And then I went into my messages on Instagram and there was like 8 from this person, 8 from this person, 8 from this person. And then other people that I don't normally get messages from sending me messages. So that I was like, okay. And I feel like some of it you might want to hear about, some of it, because I feel like that may be again why we're seeing so much of P. Diddy and why we're seeing so much of these distractions, because the UN is doing some weird ass shit. Like, I don't know. I don't really know for 100% sure if they're like, but, and apparently, I don't know what they are. There's something. You'll see it.
I want to do a quick update about a document that got passed by the United Nations this weekend called the Pact of the Future document. It's 2 parts, one on science and technology and one about the youth and future generations. It is quite egregious, and it was done by a procedure called the silence procedure, which makes it a pact. And if no one objected, it is automatically adopted and put into the record as being completely adopted. This is the World Health Organization's runaround, or end around. Since they were not able to get the World Health Organization treaty passed, they decided to take it to the General Assembly. And it is even more egregious than what the World Health Organization was wanting to get passed. Let me just read you something really quickly about what is inside of this pact that is now being accepted by 193 nations around the world and equally open-armed accepted by our current administration. Everyone, it says that this is the power structure fully digital and maximized for the control of the masses. Everyone will be expected to have a biometric digital ID that marks them not just as citizens of an individual country, but as a global citizen. So anytime you hear global citizen or anytime you hear sustainability, think that this is an egregious thing that's happening at the level of the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Anyone that has a dissonant opinion will be labeled as misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation and memory hold. Perpetrators for unapproved information will be fact-checked and punished by the system, which will be operated and enforced by artificial intelligence. Punishments will include being locked out of one's bank account, being unable to make certain purchases, unable to get on an airplane, on a subway, drive on public roads. This is the future, according to the world's self-appointed overlords at the United Nations. These are unelected bureaucrats that are making decisions about our country.
Whatever they are, whatever they're doing, like people are like, oh, that's led by our best friend there, Bill Gates. Why is he doing this? I feel like he is the the bad one. Everyone tries to say it's all these other people, like it's Trump or it's Elon Musk. How about this dude that's like literally trying to, the whole population has bought the biggest amount of farmland around, and if you measure his farmlands that he's purchased and you measure like the predicted amount of land that's going to be covered in water, he happens to own all the places that aren't going to be covered in water when the big comes. It just seems weird. I don't know, but we don't want to fear it. Again, we're not here to fear, and this is just for entertainment purposes. This is just for, just for having fun. We don't want to fear it because, then we get out of alignment and our mission needs reassignment. We need to shift our focus and not go to the fear. But we do need to come together. Ending those cycles and new beginnings and not letting that. And we got to collect our gaskets, we got to get ourselves before we blow a gasket. Get all your shit in a basket so that bad things don't happen to you. Can you show me something for the peoples? It's again the 515. All right, so I'm not afraid. I don't be afraid. Are you afraid? Don't be afraid of the Leviathan. Are you an envious asshole? Then you might want to be afraid. But no, if you're not an envious asshole, you're okay. It's okay. You don't have to do that. And then their absence brings balance. Stop worrying about people that aren't there. Stop worrying about things that aren't there. They're not there for a reason, okay? Like, if they wanted to be there, they'd be there. And if they're not there, there's a reason for it. And you freaking out about it's just going to keep them away. Don't do it to yourself. It's not going to get them there any faster. It's going to just keep them away. But we can shift our timelines into wholeness and completion when we stop worrying about those things and stop giving our energy and our time to those things and stop freaking ourselves out about it. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're smart. You're talented. You have everything you need inside of you. Endings are coming, and new beginnings are part of the ending. You can't end something without a new beginning. You can't have a new beginning without an ending. 10-10. So know that that is happening. And any day now, expect to be wowed. So if you're in complacency, like, just expect to be wowed, and wows will come. I keep getting wowed. I keep getting little wows. Like, I was freaking myself out for like 4 days in a row. I was like, what do I need to do? Let me get. And then finally, I got my answer last night. And I had made a video, and I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, well, you have till midnight to Spirit. I'm like, you have till midnight to do this, this, or this, or this. And then I got my answer. And then today, just a little while ago, I got the 111 order that I was like, oh. But I don't have to do it because I got the other answer yesterday. But now the gates are open. Because I was like, if I need to do this weird thing that I feel weird about even doing, and I'm like, why would I do it? But I felt like I should maybe possibly do it. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, if I need to do it, I need to see an order for $111. And then I was like, if not, show me like a reading. Somebody will book a reading, and then I won't do it. Last night, I like came to the head of like, what do I need to do? Show me, you get till midnight. And they gave me a reading. So I was like, okay, I don't have to do it. But then tonight, a $111 order came in. I was like, but I already got my answer. So this is just a little bonus. This is just a little extra. And this will be the year to all be clear. So if you are confused, or you are waiting on things, or you feel like you're stuck, your perspective and your energy will dictate it. And maybe you need to get a little firm with the universe and be like, listen, I'm not giving you like endless deadlines here. You got till midnight to show me the answer. You know, that's it. And make sure you take out time for breaks. Don't force yourself to do things. There's been a lot of stuff going on in my private life that it's just like, bah! And then I get like if I can't go do something that I felt like I was supposed to do or get done or whatever, then I start freaking out, and that doesn't help. So we are already free. We do not have to stress ourselves out. Good things are happening. We are awakening. More levels of awakening are happening. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. The time is now. No need to wait. Go out on a date. Have fun. Meet new people. Don't be waiting and wasting your life on stuff that's not available. Okay? You need to enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time. Manifest true love. The awakening of partnerships that are available for the progression. The progression, not the fucking half-ass stuff. And that's how we get our victory. That's how we have our success. That's how we meet the right people and celebrate. And we take action and communicate and travel the distance with victory and success. And the Chariot is like, yes, here I go. I'm going quickly. But if you're anxious in the Nine of Swords energy, you'll sabotage it. So we need to transmute those fears and those doubts and those anxieties and find our strength to take the leap of faith into a new direction. So yeah, I guess I will share those little things with you. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird stuff. I feel like the Leviathan is back around. I feel like he came up out of there 5 months ago. He might be eating the Evos 1313. I feel like that was another thing we were talking about last night with like the Bible. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's like that they've tampered with, and they've made it different than it originally was written. There's a whole bunch of the Bible that they put under the Vatican, and you can't read it and I can't read it, but they can because we're not ready for it. Who's to say that? You can't dictate what we're ready for or not ready for. You can't keep hordes of books under the fucking Vatican and pretend like no big deal, and then expect me to believe what's in your book that you edited. That's why I get a little weird about the Bible, because I'm like, and especially the different versions of them. Like if you want an authentic one, I would go for like the Ethiopian one, or like an older one that hasn't been edited by some king, that hasn't been edited by people who are in a position of power that want you to believe certain things. Anybody can write a book and edit it and change it. So we don't want that. And then like we were talking about like Jesus and his life and stuff. And I was like, well, you know, like he died and he resurrected, but then what? Where'd he go? Like if you died and you come back from the dead, you don't just die again. What's the point of that? The person that I'm talking to was like, well, he just walked off. And then he's like, well, in Sunday school they said that he just like levitated up into the whatever. And I was like, he's like, but I've never seen anybody do that. I was like, yeah, I was not, me either. But I feel like he probably, like if he came back from the dead he probably lived his life. Like, he probably went on. But that's another, like, my dad brought up today, he's like, they can't really explain, like, from his birth to 33, like, there's like a, why, where, what was he doing, what was going on? Like, there's just a lot of empty holes in the story. And I don't feel like even when he was here, like how I get bastardized and all these people come and they're like, you need to repent or going to hell, blah, 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 blah. In my comments all the time. I saw something about that today that I'll share. Nice little synchronicity.
The way they are. People with demons can't stop manifesting around godly people. People who are tormented by demonic spirits in their minds cannot control themselves from manifesting, especially when they're around truly godly people. They feel compelled to say things, to control and manipulate, to criticize and judge unrighteously, as their pride is so strong that they cannot stop themselves. They feel justified because their demons tell them that they are right and that they need to tell others to do what they want. It's similar to when Jesus was on earth and the prideful Pharisees seethed with anger, jealousy, and hatred for Jesus. Yet Jesus called them out. So many are unhealed church people who are self-righteous and walk in false humility. Their demons within them cause them to not be able to simply behave with love and respect. They cannot resist their urges to say things to hurt people because they hear thousands of demonic thoughts every day and they obey what they hear. They manifest on others and think that they're in the right and they're totally in the wrong.
This is you seek deliverance. Share this with somebody.
But, like, those people come and do that, and I'm like, that's not what his fucking words are about. That's not what he was trying to say to do, but that's what people did to him while he was here. They were like, die. And then he did that, and they're like, oh, never mind, we were wrong. But in the meantime, everybody was treating him like a piece of shit. It's not cool. Like, regardless if I've got some cards or crystals, that doesn't mean that you should bastardize me and tell me that I'm going to hell and that I need to repent and that, like, I'm wrong. Because, like, I want you to think about this, too. There's people in the world that will never see a Bible, that will never hear about a Bible, that will never know that a Bible exists because they're like, they have never been contacted. They're out there living their life. But if the stories of, like, everybody is forgiven of their sins and things like that, well, like, they didn't even know it existed, so how can you be mean to them and mad at them? You can't. And you can't, and then there's people out there who take things so literally, like, they literally don't believe that the earth is any older than 2,000 years old. What? Okay, we'll just exempt all the people that lived before the Bible. We'll exempt all the people that wrote books before then. We'll exempt all of that information that's out there. What about the dinosaurs? The dinosaurs are only 2,000 years old, okay. Like, none of us know the ultimate truth. None of us know exactly what's going on here. None of us know what's out there beyond us, but I feel like a lot of what we've been told is lies and manipulation and in a melting pot of info that needs a little bit of a logical and a little bit of, like, trust and faith mixed together to come to your own conclusions. But if you're going to go by, like, the 10 Commandments, judging your neighbor and judging others and being rude to people is not what you're meant to be doing as a Christian or as any race, religion, or person. Only reason I'm gonna get mad at you is if you're an asshole to me, and people are assholes to me sometimes, so I get mad at them. But yeah, look, Leviathan's coming, and it's gonna be happiness. No, I don't know exactly, like, what he's gonna do, but I guess if you have envy in you, he will eat you. But in the Hebrew, his name actually translates to whale, but in Hebrew, NASA translates to like lie or to fool or to beguile you. I feel like they've been doing a lot of that.